Okay, here I am again. I am going to the gym, but I've had a really bad week. It has not been great. I'm just finishing up with my period. It's Monday. I weigh in tomorrow and do my video tomorrow, my filming. So I think it's going to be pretty bad, but the important thing is I'm back on it today. I've had tofu scramble for breakfast, which is really good, and some really good butternut squash soup over garlic rice, which was really good too. So I'm on it. Okay, we had a technical difficulty, but we're back now. It was almost like thunder striking. Georgia! Damn, thunder's the one that makes the noise. I don't want to deal with my kids right now. Teenagers. Oh my gosh, I don't even want to get. That is another Jerry Springer show, okay? The first thing I want to talk about is this Virgil's because it's my favorite treat. I usually have it at night, but it's sweetened with erythritol and monk fruit and I guess a little bit of stevia, but it's got a better flavor than other diet drinks, and it doesn't have any aspartame, it doesn't have gluten, it doesn't have caffeine, it doesn't have GMOs. Let's see, there's one box with 6 cans and it's usually about $5 or $6, but totally worth it when you feel like you need something sweet. It's good. But let's get into what happened to me this last week. So first of all, I know I mentioned this in the other video, but my husband was on vacation. Never easy. Even if we're staying home, which we did, and painted the house, and that was stressful, but we stayed home, we didn't do anything. Even though we didn't go do anything, let me tell you what happened to me mentally. So he's still home, so this, whatever inkling of a schedule that might be happening or any kind of routine gets totally broken. Okay, so that was one. And we were hanging out here and we were painting, and then we were tired, so we would drink, and then it was just all, Then my mind went to, well, it's vacation. Well, even though it wasn't vacation, even though I was still here, he was on vacation, but he was eating whatever the heck he wanted to eat. And that is really hard when you're trying to, what are you going to do? I mean, I turn into this angry person, this resentful, angry, like I'm mad at you because you can eat and I can't. So it's either that, which I try to control, but it's either that or I'm going to join you. And this last week, it became, I'm going to join him. And even though it wasn't every single meal, even though I would still try to eat, my plant-based stuff here and there, it was pizza, and it was Chinese food he wanted to order one night, and then it was Whataburger, and it was just constant. And that makes it really difficult. That makes it really difficult because then I started thinking, well, I'm on vacation because we're not going anywhere this summer for vacation. So let's just consider this vacation. Well, then, okay, here's the really frustrating part. I checked in with myself. First of all, I was on my period. I feel like I talk about that a lot, but we do this once a month. We have hormones that influence what we do, what we think, what we eat, how we feel. And I definitely felt like lots of cravings, and then I wanted this and this and this, but I was feeling that at the same time. So I was letting myself indulge a little bit more, but I hadn't gone crazy. I did not work out. Last week I did not work out. That was not good. But I checked in with myself and my weight. Today's Tuesday. I checked in Saturday. So 3 days ago. And I was up, but I wasn't up much. I was only up like 1.5 pounds from my 155.6. So I felt pretty good about that. And that was the day I had the Whataburger. See how it goes? I felt pretty good about that. I'm like, I'm not totally ruining it, so I should get a burger. And I didn't even go as crazy as I would have, because when I go crazy, it can burger, fries, shake. Yeah. So I didn't go crazy, but I had the burger. And then I get on the scale this morning, and I'm up another like 4 pounds from when I weighed 2 days ago. Uh-oh. It's almost like lightning striking, you know, when the lights went out, as I was talking about gaining all that weight back. Well, I'm trying not to be frustrated about it. Yesterday I did perfect. Yesterday I worked out and I ate perfectly, but I knew my weigh-in was today. This is why people don't weigh. But yesterday when I started back eating the right way, I immediately felt better. Everything tasted better. I immediately felt better. It was strange how you can just really blow it in 1 week. And vacation is a great example of times when people blow it too. But it's crazy to me how you can just blow it in 1 week and just start kind of going right back into that lifestyle again. I feel better. Yesterday I made a tofu scramble. I've never made that before. That was really good. But I ate really good yesterday. I'm back on track. My husband is back at work. Thank God. So I don't mean that in a bad way. That's not horrible. I just mean I do better on a routine. So he's back at work. We're back in a sort of quasi routine with all this corona madness. But I'm hoping to have a really good drop next week. So suffice to say that I'm up. I'm not sure how much I'm up. 2 to 3 pounds, 4 pounds. I'm up a lot. I fluctuated. This is not good. It's not good. Yeah, so I didn't really prep any food. Yeah, I just had a bad week. I mean, I just burped. The reality of it is I had a bad week, and I let myself have that week. I was on my period. I was just making bad decisions. So willpower was not there, and the scale showed the outcome of that. So, but like I said, I did make my food yesterday. I've got leftovers. I've got my chickpea salad, which I'm going to make for you right after this video is over. And I'm back on track. The important thing is that you get back on track, right? So hopefully I'm going to have a goal for myself for the next weigh-in. I'm not going to slip up. And the next weigh-in, I want to be at least back down to what I weighed the week before, but hopefully a little bit less. If my weight does not fluctuate, even though I'm doing all the right things, I will tell you that too. I really wasn't doing all the right things, but I cannot believe that anybody can gain 4 to 5 pounds in 2 days. Like, that just doesn't happen. So the reality of it is our bodies fluctuate. The weight is different. You can't let it get you down. I probably would just say forget the scale, but it helps keep me disciplined, and it helps me know what my weight is from week to week for this. So I had a bad week. I'm mad about it. I didn't like looking at that number. I actually spoke out loud that is not possible. This is not possible. And I don't think it is possible. I don't think that's what I truly weigh. So I think a better judge of what's going on will be next weigh-in. And then I've just got to keep the willpower going and just stay strong, because even with everybody around me eating other things, it's really hard. It's really hard not to want to go get that burger, especially when vacation, you know. So when this time of the month rolls around again, which we know it's inevitable and it rolls around every month, when this time of the month rolls around again, I just have to make sure that I have plenty of the food I like to eat ready, prepped, that I can just grab and just be disciplined about it. I'm never going to get to where I want to be if I'm having vacation weeks once a month. So here I am. We're on week 6. This is week 6. I've weighed in. I've gained weight. But I'm mad about it. So I'm hoping to get the scale back down to at least 155. I was 155.6 at week 4. Now we're at week 6. I was at 162. Which just doesn't seem possible to gain 7 pounds in 2 weeks. And it's probably not. So I think a more accurate weigh-in will be next week. Today we are going to make one of my favorite lunches or kind of anytime snacks. It is a chickpea salad. I've got a can of chickpeas in here in my Pampered Chef fun little chopper guy. And we all know I don't like beanie beans. I don't like to chew a ginormous big bean. So I always put it in here and kind of make them smaller. Scraper, but this is what moms do. They just do it with their hands. The next thing I'm going to do is add some veggies, and I'm going to start with some celery. Usually I do about 2 stalks. I don't totally love celery, so I did about 1.5. And a red pepper. I'm going to do the shallot and the tomatoes in just a little bit. I'm going to do a shallot, a whole small shallot, or this was a really big one, so I'm going to do half of a big one. You can always do just a regular green onion, or not green onion. Jesus, today with me. Yeah, this one smells really strong, so I'm glad I just did half. Of course, I could keep my husband away for days. That was a strong piece of shallot. So sometimes I'll add tomatoes. It makes it a little watery. Anytime I do add the tomatoes, I don't think I'm gonna add them today, but they are good. But anytime I do add them, I always de-seed them. I take all the kind of middle out and just use the outside parts. It makes it a lot less watery, because when you put it in the fridge and you wanna keep it and store it, it just gets kind of watery if you use the insides of the tomatoes. But they do look pretty sitting there, so we'll leave them. Now we've got onion powder. I always just pour this into the palm of my hand. It's about a teaspoon of onion powder, right there. Paprika, smoked or otherwise, teaspoon, okay. This is why you don't pour it into your hand. Okay, but I do. Anyway, it's not going to stop me. Garlic powder, same, 1 teaspoon. Maybe a little bit more because it's delicious. Cumin, my favorite, one of my favorite spices. Teaspoon of that also. So now we are going to add some Dijon mustard. You can add regular mustard also, but I like the flavor of this also. God, I cannot talk today. Then we're gonna add our mustard. It's about a tablespoon of mustard. You can add regular mustard if you want to, or what's that one, the ground mustard? That one's pretty good too. I just happen to like the Dijon a little bit better. You're gonna add about a tablespoon of this. I just eyeball it because ain't nobody got time for that. Then I add a little bit of tahini. This is the kind you gotta shake real good. What does it say? Give it a mighty shake. Give it a mighty shake. That doesn't look good. It's like a shake weight without the noise. Hello? Hello, tahini. Can I hear you? Hello? Sesame seeds. What? Then we're going to put about a tablespoon of that also. Woo, that's fun. Then we're going to put our nutritional yeast. It's my favorite. And this is just to taste. I would say about a teaspoon or a tablespoon. I love it, so I'm just kind of putting it in there. There we go. Now, it seems strange, but then we're going to put up. Our sourdough is almost ready. Okay, sounds kind of strange, but then we're gonna put some maple syrup in there, about a tablespoon. If you're watching your calories or trying to be real good, you can put a little bit less, but it really does make a big difference. And it is so good. And then my last final ingredient, and I like to get fresh normally, but I don't have fresh, but dill. You're gonna put as much as you want in there. Now, one of the recipes I like that I derived part of this from required you to put in dill pickles and a little bit of pickle juice, and that might be good too. I just don't, it's weird, I love dill, but I don't love pickles. So strange. Then we're just gonna mix it all together. And this would be like my whole lunch. And I should probably like put a salad on the side, but we all know that I don't really like to do that. And when you're juggling all those responsibilities because you're a crazy busy mom like me, then you don't really have time for like plate food presentation. I'm gonna wipe it off for you though. It doesn't matter, it's all about to go in the same place anyway, right? So there it is. And if you like to add a little bit of kick, which I do, I'm gonna add a little sriracha, not a lot, just a little. And then we got lunch. Ding. Oh yeah, that's good.